Hundreds of Miku concerts have taken place over the 17 years since Miku's first performance in 2009, with there being a total of almost 350 different songs that have all performed at these concerts, some of which only performed at 1 or 2 events, with others consistently returning and performing at many different concerts over the years. And so it begs the question, what songs are the most performed at Miku events? So today I have calculated those totals to find out the top 10 most performed songs at Miku concerts. Now a quick disclaimer, the numbers I have are the total performances, not the total number of events. For example, if a song performed at Miku Expo Japan 2016, it is classed as one event. However, there are 12 total concerts during that tour, so the total number of performances would be 12. And because of that, the final numbers I will say may not be 100% accurate, as there were some events I could not find the total number of concerts for, so the numbers may be off by a small amount, but overall it really doesn't make much difference because these songs have been performed a lot. And just for the sake of my sanity, I've had to keep these statistics to main events only, such as Magical Mirai, Miku Expo, etc., because there have been a lot of smaller events that I've found even harder to find information on. These numbers are all based on early 2026, with the latest concert having happened being the Lawson 50th Anniversary Live, so it's very likely that many of these numbers could be outdated by the time you're watching. Now without further ado, let's discover the top 10 most performed songs at Hatsune Miku concerts, with 10th place actually being a draw between 2 songs, one of which is the youngest song on this list, which is Vampire by Deco Nina. Having first performed at Magical Mirai 10th Anniversary in 2022, it has only been performed at a total of 6 events, which doesn't sound like much. However, many of these events had a huge number of concerts within them, which quickly racked up its numbers, with the main culprit being Miku Expo North America 2024, which had 21 concerts. With just a 3-year run of performing, it has gathered a grand total of 67 total performances and has yet to show signs of stopping, with its latest performance being Miku Expo Asia 2025, where it also gained a new render, which would be silly to do if they plan to give this song a rest. But like I mentioned, it is tied for 10th place, as another song also has the total of 67 performances, and that is Blue Star by Hachioji P. This song is the theme song for Miku Expo 2016, which consisted in 4 tours in itself, which already guaranteed a boost in numbers, as it was the largest tour at the time. That is until 2024's tour for Miku Expo's 10th anniversary, but due to this tour being an anniversary tour, and Blue Star being a past theme song, it allowed this song to return and perform in celebration, and while it was a daily change song that switched between each concert, it still managed to rack up its performance numbers and allowed it to secure its place in the top 10 alongside Vampire. But unfortunately, due to its position as a Miku Expo theme song, it does not perform outside of Miku Expo anniversaries very often, and unless it breaks out of that, it will likely lose its place in the top 10 very soon. Moving on to 9th place, we have the first and only Luca song of the list, and that is of course Luca Luca Night Fever by Sanfree. Likely one of the most recognizable Luca songs out there, it would be a tragedy if it wasn't on the list. It first performed all the way back in 2011 and was part of Luca's medley segment of the concert, so only part of the song was performed, but it went on to receive a full-length performance just a few months later at MikuPa Sapporo 2011. It became a consistent part of the MikuPa concert series, performing at every single concert of this series, and went on to gain the iconic fade-in intro we all know and anticipate, and Luca having always ended the song in style by exploding. With a stage life of 15 years, this song has been performed at 24 events and a total of 75 concerts, a number that we all hope will continue to rise higher. In 8th place, we have another tie between 2 songs, first being the newest song out of the 2, and that is Unknown Mother Goose by Woaka. Live debuting at Magical Mirai 2018, the song has been consistently performed over the last 7 years and had performed at 5 events in a row after its debut. This song also has 2 variants of performances, one being the original featuring dance choreography, and the other where Miku performs with a guitar, which many believe to be a reference and respect to Woaka, as there are many moments where Miku mimics Woaka's own performance of the song. The song also had the honour of representing the cancelled USA and Canada Miku Expo tour from 2020. As for the North American tour in 2024, Miku is sporting the colours and design of the main visual from that cancelled tour. Performing at 14 events in almost 8 years, this song has a grand total of 77 performances under its belt, and after its many performances at Miku Expo 2024, it's possible that this song could go on a quick break. However, I can see it very quickly snapping back, as it already has performed in 2026. But Unknown Mother Goose isn't alone in this spot, as it is joined by the only Len song of the list, which is Butterfly on Your Right Shoulder by Nori P. And let's be honest, when you think of a Len song, you think of this song, even though it was technically Rin's. This song is the first song Len ever performed live, all the way back in 2010, where the performance actually began as a duet with Rin. But in 2011, Len asked Rin to move over, and has performed the song as a solo ever since. In the early days, it was one of only 2 main songs Len typically performed, until 2015 when he started to get a new solo song almost every year. Performing at 22 events over 16 years, it also has the total of 77 concert performances. And if it doesn't grab itself another few concerts, Unknown Mother Goose may quickly overtake it. In 7th place, we have one of the songs that perfectly ends a concert, and that is Sankyu by Sasakure UK and Deco Nina. This song technically live debuted at a non-main event, which was this event here in 2012, which was a water concert where Miku was projected onto spraying water for a mini live event to celebrate the release of Project Diva F. But in terms of main concerts, it live debuted a year later at Magical Mirai 2013, where it is consistently performed near the later end of the concert and many times is used to release the confetti. It has a streak of performing at 6 events in a row in 2015 to 2016, which is where it gathered the majority of its numbers after performing at Miku Expo 2016. And the performance also has 2 versions, with the microphone version being the most frequently used out of the 2. With a total of 18 events, the song has been performed a total of 78 times, only just marking it above 8th place. But hopefully that number will increase soon, as the song went on a huge break between 2018 and 2025, and it is just the perfect choice to end a concert. The song in 6th place is likely one of the performances people see as the most iconic, and that is the intense voice of Hatsune Miku by Cosmo, which has one of the most unique moments of any performance Miku has done, and that is when she sprouts wings and flies on stage, which she then proceeded to outdo herself with in 2013, where she literally pops out of the glass and flew onto the screen above, which many regard as the iconic moment of Miku concert history. It first performed in 2011, ending a medley segment where she transforms her costume into this white version of her default outfit, but ever since the beginning she has flown during this song. This song performed at the majority of concerts from 2011 to 2018, after which it became quite rare, but it recently returned and performed in 2026 for the Lawson concert, bringing its grand total to 21 events performed and a total of 87 performances, which hopefully should keep it in the top 10 a little while longer if it continues to stay on break. But now we find ourselves in the top 5. While Intense Voice is seen as having the most iconic performance, the next song is seen as the most influential song in Vocaloid history. That some people might find it hard to believe it is only in 5th place, which is, of course, Melt by Rio. This song is one of the very first songs Miku ever performed live all the way back in 2009, and has lived through every era of Vocaloid concerts, from Miku Fest to Thanksgiving Day to MikuPa to Magical Mirai. The longest this song has ever gone without performing is 2 years and 8 months, and was one of the songs you could consistently expect to see during the early days of the concerts. It's only in recent years that its performances slowed down, with it just picking up again by performing at 2 events in a row in 2025, which it hadn't done since 2018. Being one of the songs with the longest stage life of almost 17 years, the song has performed at 27 events and has a grand total of 92 performances, which I can totally see increasing a bunch next year for Miku's anniversary. In 4th place, we have the last non-Miku song of the list, and the only one in the top 5. What non-Miku song could possibly be performed more than Luka Luka Night Fever and Butterfly on Your Right Shoulder? Well, Rin and Len have come in clutch, as in 4th place is Remote Control by Wonderful Opportunity. Live debuting back in 2015, it is often regarded as the Rin and Len duet people most hope for to see live. And it has a massive performance streak of performing at 14 events in a row from 2015 to 2018. So right from its live debut, this song was killing it. It was only after Rin and Len's Mirai anniversary celebration that the streak broke and went on to perform only one event a year before it went on its longest break ever after 2023, where it didn't perform for 2 years and 6 months. Its place has firmly been established as one of the Kagamine's most iconic performances, with it performing at 22 events and a total of 95 performances. And now we find ourselves in the top 3, all of which have performance numbers in the triple digits. And 3rd place honestly shocked me due to the fact the number of events it can perform at is limited, yet managed to solidify itself in the top 3 by a decent margin, which is Hand in Hand by KZ Live Tune, a song that was created as Magical Mirai 2015's theme song, but has slowly evolved to become Magical Mirai's theme song as a whole in many people's eyes. When people go to Magical Mirai, this is the song they expect to see, and rightly so, as ever since 2015, it has been performed at every single Magical Mirai event to date. Not only that, it has been performed at almost every single Magical Mirai concert, only ever being switched out in 2020. So it is very much a staple of these concerts, and in 2024, the performance was updated and changed to allow the rest of the Kryptonloids to perform it along with Miku, highlighting just how special this song is to Magical Mirai. It has only ever performed outside of Magical Mirai 3 times, due to its status as a theme song and the fact it needed a larger stage, which typically only Magical Mirai had, which brings its current total of events performed to only 15. However, due to Magical Mirai having many concerts take place in one event, the song has a total of 112 individual performances. And since many events have now switched to using a larger screen setup due to the switch to the LED screen making it easier, it is very possible this song can now perform even more often to get those numbers higher. However, it'd still be a little while before it can take the number 2 spot, as next is a song that has been performing since 2009 and is regarded as the Miku song that needs no introduction, World Is Mine by Rio. This is the song many people see as their first performance when watching concert videos online, with the Thanksgiving Day footage being the most well known. But this performance has come a long way since then, being updated model to model, the choreo changing, and finally Miku sporting her iconic outfit to go with it. And it is the only song that has ever been performed twice in one concert, as it performed at the beginning and the end of the final Thanksgiving Day concert in 2012. Not only that, it's the song that many believe is always performed at every single concert, which isn't true. However, for a long time, it was performed at every single overseas concert from 2014 to 2024, with its streak only very recently breaking with Miku Expo Europe 2024. But it has shown signs it is very much slowing down, as it did not feature at Miku Expo Asia 2025, which I believed it would have definitely been there due to the fact this area hasn't seen concerts in years. So this song's reign may slowly be coming to an end, but at least for now, its spot at the number 2 place is secure, having performed at 36 events and having a grand total of 180 concert performances. And now we are at the song that has been performed the most at Miku concerts, a song that live debuted in 2012, taking the world by storm, and had once performed at 15 events in a row. And even now, it shows no sign of slowing down, even when it's not as frequently performed as it used to be. And that is Tell Your World by KZ Live Tune. This song has a couple variations of performances, such as the Magical Mirai version and the MikuPa version, both being the same core performance. However, the MikuPa one transforms into the outfit from the song's art. There is also the Thanksgiving Day version, which featured choreography rather than a microphone, but it was only used once at the final Thanksgiving Day concert in 2012, where it live debuted. The song has cemented itself as more of a staple in the concerts than World Is Mine, and has performed a variety of different positions in the setlist, from opening the concerts, following the band introduction, and the position it's mostly used in, near the end of the show to fire the confetti. Out of all the other songs on this list, just when you believe it may go on a break, it just does not seem to die. With the longest break it's ever taken without performing is 13 months and 23 days. And due to this song has been performed at a total of 41 events and has a grand total total of 197 performances, which is absolutely insane to think that the next event it will perform at will tick it over into the 200s. And so we have the top 10 most performed songs at Miku concerts. Did any of these surprise you? I know some of these definitely surprised me, as well as their placements on the list, and it makes me wonder just how much this list will shift in the next few years, or even this time next year, because many of these songs are very close together, and just one of them performing in the next event will quickly shift everything around. But I hope you enjoyed, and even though Tell Your World's crown isn't getting knocked off anytime soon, I can't wait to see what songs will manage to climb up into the top 10 in the coming years.